Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Mind's Eye, and we're going to go ahead and do the weekly holistic review. And this is for the FDA to CDC to DEA. And what we're going to do is we're going to go right to the runes. And this is for the week coming into April. And when we see this, we can't even do it. We just can't even do it. And that seems, again, like the common theme. We just can't even do this. So when I see it all the way through the fifth, there's something of like crying over a cement deal that you just can't even get DONE. And when you can't even get DONE, you can't even believe how big this surprise was. But then you can't even reveal it to the point of a reveille. So when you see it, you have to actually be like wholesome to the degree of NONE, but you can't be a nun about it. So let's look at exactly what we need to know, because the way that this bird flu is going around still cements the deal. And when it cements the deal, you can't even believe how bad it is. It literally is like this hidden game. It comes in and sneaks in, and you can't even do it. And that's purse on the rune. But when it comes in, it's at night. It's like a whooping crook cough, a bronchospasm so bad you can hear it from like units away. They're like, that's bird flu. That's what the bird flu sounds like. It literally is like croup. So when you hear it and you actually see it, there's something about when I actually go through like this rune. It's usually wells. It has like what is rich about bird flu when you look at it at like a holistic perspective. You can't even see that coming. Like, how would that actually be? It really would. It really would. But when I look at it and I say, holy cow, you just can't even see this. What would be rich about it? So here I am. I am a doctor. I'm a nurse. I'm another clinician. And I'm walking around and I'm here everywhere. And I have to say, it's rich, but it's not. And I keep hearing, why is it that? You can't even believe it. You can't even believe it. There's something about collecting, about harvesting, about everything that is a clue of bird flu that is wealth. It makes no sense. It'll make sense in the cards, I feel. I really, really do. I really do. There's something strong about it. You can't even do it. And when you say it, you literally go, there's something about ashes. Like, have you been exposed to something? Yes. So basically, I mean, at least, like, I can't even get it out. All of a sudden, like, they have word salad. Some of these guys who have bird flu have word salad, aphasic. So, like you say, is this trolling? So, let's show just a little. It's like, I can't do. No, I can't see. No, I can't be. No, and the coughing and the coughing and the coughing is so bad. You can't even believe how grossly intently you have to say there's only so much Delsum and Robitussin. Robitussin is not appropriate for this cough because you have no phlegm, you have no mucus, you have nothing. It's so dry to the point where you have to say you got to take back the Delsum because it looks really bad, but it also looks like that's why you have GI upset. And so then you go, I mean, the Tessalon Pearls is just not working either. So then you go, I need a neb. I need a nebulizer. I need an inhaler. And they're like, it's really not so much a bronchospasm. You need to drink water. You need to hydrate like Gatorade, Propel. You need to have like apple juice. You need to have these things that you're craving. What are you craving? And then you go, I need a Pepsi. Drink a Pepsi. So then you literally say it saddles. There's something about saddling with it. They really ought to pace themselves. They literally have to say, I think I need home care. But then you got the denial forms. This is all about like living. The insurance claims are so absurd that the denial form, the cases and stacks are like this, and they're like, you can't even do an appeal. So you submit everything, and then it gets kicked back to you and says denied. It was supposed to happen. This is fated. Fated. I really feel like Jackson, Pratt, and Whitney can't even get done because you're looking at like how did Sikorsky get into this too? So is it instinct and intuition of getting this done, or is it another bomb like COVID? Do we really need a vaccine? I really don't feel like we need a vaccine. These are the questions still on the table. You literally have to say it phase itself out, but still hunker down and do your universal precautions. Literally do your air purifier. Take everything that you need to take that you're supposed to. So I'm looking at the calendar. I'm like, cold and flu season and COVID season really should be wrapping up around probably the way that it panned and played out. Probably until April 30th. That is just normal. But really, what I'm seeing, what else do we need to know as far as FDA, CDC, and everything? So let's switch over. It really comes through on this like cement deal that comes through about a knee that you can't even believe how far something would go through. And when it would go through, it goes to almost ghosting, to everything about it, where you can't even see it coming. Where you go, how does that wrap all of the FDA, the CDC, the DEA, and everything about this? What is it about the spacers? They usually have antibiotics in it. Is there something about this? I would have to say yes. Yes. So there's something that flows through. And when it flows through, you can't even do. So when I actually go on the defensive end on how ornery everyone is in the United States to multiple countries about how everything is, you can't say it's still on the table. It really is this luck. When you say containment, which is like the worst word you could use in the public right now is containment post-COVID. But really treat your house like no one is allowed in here right now, unless it is true, even in their own way, because you can't even believe how well that works. So when you see it, it will cause havoc. It will cause a little bit of like disrupt and everything. But as I was about today, let's just go into the grocery store, it really will calm down, especially those who have been on home care report. It's like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Come and visit me when it's time. Now, when I see this rune, it really means just continue to go about and do as you do to take care of yourself, to keep healthy. The FDA is really looking about how this red dye is such a stick on to people that they are so ornery about, to where the CDC is studying epidemiology about bird flu. Still, I mean, it's still there, but the DEA is literally looking, for a lack of a better term, a flask. And when you see it, it goes right to the community hospitals, the small ones too. And they say they literally are hydrating to the point we have to say, you had too much because you also had some in your IV bag. Why are you drinking so much hydration? You can't even believe it. So it's something about power. And when I say power, it really is like they're so dehydrated that water, alkaline water, mineral water, spring water, and IV bag hydrates them to where they are running again. And when I look at it and I say, they literally rise up and they say, I am ready to fight. I am ready to fight. It causes such a freeze, whatever is flowing through with this bird flu, with COVID and pneumonia, that you literally have to say, here is your discharge paperwork. Here is your ginger ale and your crackers. You can take it on the go. And you can literally have your bag and you can leave because there's really nothing else for us to do. And then they get upset. They're like, well, I'm entitled. Hold up a minute. Hold up a minute. When you look at it and you say, did this actually be like a put out? It really would. It really would. It really will come in at NITE. And those who are superstitious clinicians and other people who work for these agencies, when they hear it will come in the night, you already know third shift is already prepared. They're already prepared. So when you see it, it's born, like they're born again. You couldn't even do it. You just couldn't even do it. So when I see it and I go, holy cow, even Rachel Ray can't even do it right. Because it went right down to the dog food. That's not derogatory or slander or defamation at this point. So let's actually look at this tarot right here. You can't even believe, how is that related to COVID and bird flu? Dog food. To cement like crumbling foundations. You can't even believe it. It is so nasty, Hasty, that you can't even believe what was true. It really is a new beginning. A new beginning for everything. You just gotta go. You just gotta go. And when you see it and the Two of Wands goes, it's not what you actually planned or foreseen. For sure. When I say, here she is, Five of Swords coming through, it stole the show again, like she always would. And then you look at it, he came right through, so fiery with his Page of Wands. You say, there's the judgment right there. It's right there. It almost becomes a ruling within 3 agencies in the next week. Definitely by the 5th of April. That there is something about this King of Wands. It's restored honor and healthcare. Restored honor. Four of Swords, it will be put to rest about something that has been nagging. Nagging. All because you heard it on Rachel Ray. You looked at the dog food and you made that connection. Those are the epiphanies that people are missing. Like, there's a nostalgia about this, that you have to be creative when finding the solutions. So when I see this, let's do this. Let's go Starseed Oracle. Intuitive. Let's be a little intuitive. So creative accountability, absolutely, absolutely. And when I see this, soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. Yes, whatever all of a sudden you feel like you're gifted at and you're doing really well, keep going with it. Even in your profession, keep going, keep going, keep going. Soul plan, fated life and destiny life. Let's review again. So when you're looking at this, fated and destiny life, soul plan, that literally boils down to palliative care and hospice and power of attorney, healthcare proxy, and being so respectful that you have to say it is their wish to not do it. So they are not of clear sound mind. When they were of clear sound mind, they stated this, it's NO. But even still, when you have their CAT scan and you look and you say, there's really not much gray matter, you have to say, you have to allow it. They're not speaking for themselves. Look at the clauses on everything. That's all. Those are all the scenarios that pop up even at the FDA. Believe it or not. So when I say we have done this before in history, it's around 1969 when 2 people went missing here in Connecticut. When they went missing, you couldn't even see it coming. And when you said it, it said it was their soul plan and lament and move on, and you must be free. You must be a bee for me, because they had had a STI so bad that they were amped in the head and found deceased in Africa. They were so right on that you couldn't even do it hard enough. But were they correct? So let's talk about Hitler and the DEA and why that is just a nightmare. Basically, all you need to know is that the dictatorships and all those individuals of harshness, especially those warmongers, they literally had such a nastiness about them that they had a common problem, and it was polypharmacy, to odd behaviors with food and drink. That's all you need to know. So when you say this, you have to say it was almost like unhumanistic, to alien-like, to awful ofness. When you said learning to be human but not of the world of it, they retain an amp. Like, they can be so symptom free at times with STDs and STIs, and in latent phase that they go all up and up. So let's see this again. Let's see it again. Here we go. What does the White Sage Tarot need us to know about this? Why is this coming through again this week? It really is a pass and go. It really is a no to go out. A no to go out and be all forms of the spelling bay. But bay comes to me on a ally, and you can't even say the rest of it because it's related to something. There's something about where everyone says, yes, like, we know this couple, we know this individual and these two, and it is very pertinent to them on what they do in the community to a larger scale community in the United States. So when you see them and you say, yes, they would do something like that, that would be common. There's something about monetary balance. When you see it come through, there's like offerings everywhere. Like, I'm willing to pay you to do Reiki. I'm really like happy that you're doing this again. Because when I'm seeing this and I say the Seven of Swords, it really is no takeaway, but it is like, you look at it and you say, why did I pick up on this on a GIF? Like a GIF. The Five of Pentacles looks at it and says, absolutely, absolutely, no deniable anything. Eight of Pentacles, loss of skill, loss of anything. I can't even believe it whatsoever. It's going to hurt. Whatever it is, it's set well and secure. It's set well and secure. And that's all you need to know. They knew themselves so well. Now, with that being said, would that actually be the question on the table? Is it the divorce that shocks everyone? And it came through healthcare. I wouldn't know. But that is how we are. Let's look through this, the crystal quartz, and then we will be DONing. All you need to know is that something will happen and you couldn't even believe it, that they are crying so hard that they couldn't believe it was true, and that it would literally be something of like none of nastiness to be away from them, because you couldn't even believe it, how hard it would be to say one simple task can literally explode the earth. It was so simple to find. I can't wait to see it. Do I see media coverage on it? Within 1 to 3 weeks. 1 to 3 weeks. That's what I'm hearing. It's not leaking. I swear to God. So with that being said, enough with the IV jokes, to the infiltrates. to anything that is coming through. And I digress. Have a good day. We'll talk to you soon. Leave a like, a comment, a share, and we'll see you later on tonight.